Welcome back to Movie Matchmaker, where we not only review movies, but also help you discover similar films with intriguing plot twists. Today, we're looking into The Hunger Games, released in 2012. Directed by Gary Ross, set in a dystopian future where the nation of Panem is divided into 12 districts, all controlled by the wealthy capital. To maintain control, the capital holds an annual event called the Hunger Games, in which one boy and one girl from each district are selected as tributes to fight to the death in a televised arena for the entertainment of the capital's citizens. The story follows Katniss Everdeen, a 16-year-old girl from District 12, who volunteers to take her younger sister Prim's place when she is selected as a tribute. Katniss, along with her fellow tribute Peeta Mellark, must navigate the brutal competition while struggling to survive the deadly environment and the manipulations of the capital. Throughout the games, Katniss becomes a symbol of rebellion as her actions challenge the capital's control. Her resourcefulness, defiance, and growing connection with Peeta make her an unlikely hero, drawing the attention of the capital's leaders and sparking a larger uprising in Panem. As the narrative unfolds, themes of survival, sacrifice, and the corrupting influence of power are explored, showing how Katniss's journey becomes not just about winning the games, but also about igniting a movement against an oppressive regime. The story sets the stage for a larger struggle for freedom and justice that unfolds in the subsequent books and films. Here are 5 movies with similar themes as Hunger Games. First up is Divergent, released in 2014, directed by Neil Berger, a science fiction film based on the novel by Veronica Roth. Set in a future society where people are divided into 5 factions based on virtues, amity, honesty, bravery, and intelligence. His story follows Beatrice, played by Shailene Woodley, who discovers she is divergent, meaning she doesn't fit neatly into any one faction. As she tries to hide her true identity, she becomes entangled in a conspiracy led by the powerful faction, who seek to overthrow the government and control the society. Beatrice must confront her fears, uncover the truth, and decide where her loyalty lies. The film also stars Theo James as Tobias IV Eaton and Kate Winslet as Janine Matthews. The movie was the first installment in the Divergent series, followed by Insurgent, released in 2015, and Allegiant, released in 2016, exploring themes of identity, rebellion, and the consequences of a rigidly divided society. Second on the list is Equilibrium, directed by Kurt Wimmer. Equilibrium is a 2002 dystopian science fiction film set in a future society where emotions are strictly suppressed to maintain order and prevent war. In this world, people are required to take a drug called prosium to suppress their feelings, and any form of emotional expression, whether through art, literature, or even love, is considered a crime. The story follows John Preston, a high-ranking officer in the government who enforces this law by hunting down sense offenders, those who resist taking prosium. However, after accidentally missing a dose of the drug, Preston begins to experience emotions and starts questioning the oppressive regime he has served his entire life. Equilibrium explores themes of control, freedom, and the cost of emotional repression. As Preston awakens to the injustices of his world, he becomes a key figure in a growing rebellion against the totalitarian government led by the mysterious figure known as Father. With its stylish action sequences and philosophical undertones, Equilibrium draws comparisons to other dystopian films like 1984 and The Matrix, blending martial arts with thought-provoking commentary on individuality and conformity. Despite a modest box office performance, the film has gained a cult following over the years for its unique premise and action-packed narrative. Third on the list is The Maze Runner, released 2014, directed by Wes Ball. The Maze Runner is a science fiction film based on the first book of the Maze Runner series by James Dashner. The story follows Thomas, a teenage boy who wakes up with no memory in a mysterious, ever-changing maze, surrounded by a group of other boys who also suffer from amnesia. These boys, known as the Gladers, have been trapped in the maze for years and are desperate to escape. They live in a secluded area called the Glade, where they work together to explore the maze, find a way out, and survive attacks from terrifying creatures called grievers. When a girl arrives with a cryptic message, Thomas begins to uncover the truth about their situation and leads a rebellion to escape the maze. The film blends elements of mystery, adventure, and action, focusing on themes of survival, memory, and trust in a seemingly hopeless situation. As Thomas takes a leadership role, he must unravel the secrets behind the maze and its creators while grappling with his own identity. The fourth one is Battle Royale, released in 2000, Japanese action thriller directed by Kinji Fukasaku. Based on the novel by Kushun Takami, the film is set in a near-future Japan, where the government, overwhelmed by youth rebellion, passes the Battle Royale Act. The law mandates that a randomly selected class of high school students is sent to a remote island, where they must fight each other to the death until only one remains alive. Armed with a variety of weapons, the students are forced into a deadly game of survival, while some form alliances and others turn against each other in a bid for freedom. The film stars Tatsuya Fujiwara as Shuya Nanahara, the protagonist, and Aki Maeda as Noriko Nakagawa, a fellow student who becomes his ally. Battle Royale is known for its shocking violence, social commentary, and exploration of human nature under extreme circumstances. It critiques government control, the dehumanizing effects of violence, and the breakdown of societal norms. Although it was controversial due to its graphic content, it gained a cult following and became a significant influence on later survival and dystopian films, including The Hunger Games. The movie's impact remains strong, especially among fans of intense, thought-provoking cinema. Last pick for today is V for Vendetta, released in 2005. Political thriller directed by James McTague and based on the graphic novel by Alan Moore and David Lloyd. Set in a near-future Britain, the film follows a masked vigilante known only as V, who seeks to overthrow the oppressive government led by Chancellor Adam Sutler. The government, which controls every aspect of the citizens' lives, uses fear and propaganda to maintain power, suppressing dissent and freedom. V, a former prisoner who was experimented on by the regime, begins a campaign of terrorism and symbolic acts to ignite a revolution, using the iconic Guy Fawkes mask to symbolize resistance. The story intertwines with that of Evie Hammond, a young woman who becomes entangled with V after he saves her from government forces. As Evie learns more about V's past and his motivations, she grapples with questions about justice, freedom, and sacrifice. The film explores themes of personal identity, government control, and the power of symbols in rebellion. V for Vendetta became a cultural touchstone, particularly for its powerful message about resistance against authoritarianism and the need for individual agency in the face of tyranny. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more movie recommendations from Movie Matchmaker.